Coach, I know you guys have been so good on third down really since you got here. Just I'm sure that, outing the other night kind of sticks with you. So what were your thoughts watching the tape and everything?
Yeah, third down is something we took a lot of pride in. Our players and program took a lot of pride in, and started off the game, I think 3 and out a couple times, and started out really good on third down, so you felt really good about it. And then there was a streak there. They got hot, and we couldn't get off the field. Missed a few tackles, couldn't knock a ball down, and those type of things. And that was really the difference in the game to me, to be honest. I mean, those third downs and drives are so huge. Think about the one at the beginning of the fourth quarter. We got a chance to make an opportunity to make a sack back there, miss a sack. He scrambles, gets the first down, keeps the drive alive. And all those drives led to touchdowns. I think 4 of the touchdowns came on third down. So we got to be better there. We got to be more locked in. That was a huge focus today. It was our third down period, and just put it at the end of practice. So, hey, it's at the end of the game. It takes priority of our attention, our focus, playing it when we're tired, all those type of things. So we got to be much better there. And that starts with me. That starts with making sure we got the right plan, make sure we got the right mindset, the right focus of executing and getting the job done. So, and some of us hats off to them. The quarterback makes some plays. He's certainly a good player, but at the end of the day, we got to pull the thumb. What can we do better against UTSA this week to get back to dominating third down like we have in the past?
With the run game, I know they went for 191 on the ground. What were some of the things on film that you saw that stood out?
Yeah, I thought we played the run really well at times. And they put you in some binds where you got the quarterback run game, you got the pin and pull, you also got the receivers out wide. You got to help pay attention to. We were in cover 3 a couple of times, and they popped a couple of runs in there. I think the first run that led to the first score was about 25 yards there. And they just ran a gap scheme to the field, and we were in cover 3. We didn't quite get over the top with the Mike backer and leverage it back to the backside, the hook player. We had a few like that, just kind of got out on us. We had another one out with track pressure, bringing field pressure. They run to the boundary. We don't fit off the tight end there, and it kind of gets out on us for about another 25. So it wasn't, it was just a few here, a few there that we got to do a better job on, and that's their main focus, their main staple is that being an option team, they want to run the football. Again, we talk about third down, taking a lot of pride in. Our run defense is something else we're taking a lot of pride in, and we didn't get the job done there the other night. We got to be better there, and just do a better job of fitting those things up. At the same time, being able to give some help in certain places, but being able to play the run as well.
Losing Savone last week, I know you don't want to make excuses,
yeah.
But it had to play at least a role, and then just thoughts on that injury.
Yeah, it's always next man up mentality. I got total faith in every one of our guys in our defense and in our room, in the secondary, up front, wherever it may be. And, Von's a great player and really good kid, and just hated for him and feel for him. And, I've lost a lot of sleep over the last week, not for me, not for our pro, but for him as an individual and a young man and his family and just his future. And I know he'll bounce back. He'll be stronger than ever. It's just a comeback for him. But at the same time, it does cross your mind like, hey, Siobhan's a once-in-a-lifetime player out there, And now you do some things differently. Some things you build around him. Now you got to change some things up. Find out last Thursday for sure that was the case. We're gonna lose him, and I had to make some adjustments there. And at the same time, it's a little easier going forward because you know exactly what you're playing with when you're game planning for that week. So, just our thoughts and prayers continually with him and his family and just his future. I know he'll bounce back, but I got total faith in our corners and what they're going to do. But not only our corners, but the rest of our defense, how they're going to step up and fill that void there, and so we won't miss a beat hopefully.
To what extent, when you do have that extra time in this full week of game planning without him, does that help when it comes to the challenge of replacing and playing around him?
Well, for one, that's a young man that was getting, we do about 100 reps of practice, and he gets 50 on with the ones. Well, now those reps go to somebody else. So it gives another young man an opportunity to get more reps, improve his game, feel more comfortable with the game plan, feel more comfortable with the offense is trying to attack us with, and that type of things. So right now that's been Lamp and Nash, and they're doing a really good job this week responding. Got some young corners coming along as well. So, but just, the more reps they're going to get each and every day, whether it's practice or in a game on Saturday, they're going to get better and better.
You're going to face, sorry.
I was going to say, and both those young men are talented. I mean, one started at North Carolina, one started at West Virginia. So both of them are young, very talented, and I know they're going to make plays.
Sorry, no, it was my bad. So you're going to face a really up-tempo team this week. You did that a few weeks back against Old Dominion, held them to 14 points. How much do you look back at your own guys on film from a few weeks back against Old Dominion and relate it to this week against UTSA?
Yeah, UTSA certainly hurt us with some tempo last year. I think we look back at that game and our game last year, a year ago, and that was the things that hurt us was the tempo plays. We were very conscientious of that going into ODU, making sure we got lined up, got our feet in the ground, feet set, cleats in the ground, ready to play, and that's what we got to do this Saturday. Being prepared for it, and always prepared for it. They may not go tempo every snap like an ODU or like our guys. They'll slow it down, speed it up, slow it down, which in some ways is tougher because you don't know exactly when it's coming. But we always got to be prepared for it. So if we're always prepared for it, it never catches us off guard. As a play caller, I got to get the call in quick, so we got our cleats set, feet set, and we're ready to play.
Are they pretty much the same, even though Harris isn't there anymore at quarterback?
Yeah, surprisingly, I thought Frank Harris was, obviously a veteran quarterback, but an 8th-year player there, and a really good one. McCown is, obviously knows a lot of football through his dad and all that stuff. But last year they were like 75% runs as first and second down between RPOs and those things. And this year that's more like 50-50. I don't know if that's the quarterback situation or exactly what, but for the most part it's the same offense. You see a little tweaks here and there, and both are left-handed, so same left-handed game plan for that quarterback. And the backup's pretty good too. Number 9 does a really good job when he comes in. He's got a strong arm, so it doesn't change a whole lot of what they do.
Does lefty versus righty, I know media sometimes will make a bigger deal of it, but is that a big thing as a coordinator trying to play for, or is it just kind of overplay?
I don't think it's a big thing. It's like, in baseball, left-handed pitcher, right-handed pitcher, that's probably a big deal. In football, there's some things that does change about the hash, maybe what hash they like. A few years ago when we had Holton, you could tell, like, hey, he liked certain things off of this hash, or he liked doing this or doing that, or seeing him throwing the ball to his left versus right. And maybe right-hand quarterbacks flip-flop, especially as a young guy. When guys get older, Frank Harrison in his 17th year, Holton was a 10-year player or whatever he was. As those guys get older, they feel more comfortable doing both things right and left. Sometimes a younger quarterback, hey, he's only comfortable to his throwing hand, or only comfortable to certain plays away from his throwing hand. So we do look at that. We do study those tendencies and see if we can helps us give us an advantage to us.
We talked to Surad yesterday. He seemed to indicate, obviously the defensive standard's pretty high as a senior. Have you seen kind of those upperclassmen respond pretty well this week?
Yeah, and I think we talked about that a little bit before. Just kind of the defense is more player-led because you have some older guys. And Surad and all those guys will talk about the standard and talk about trying to be the best defense, in the conference, in the nation, those type of things. And they get as down as I do, and probably more down than quicker than I do, and they probably get over it faster than I do too. But of making sure we hit that standard and we don't, it really bothers them. And you see those guys be vocal about it, and it's the older guys, and they're encouraging everybody, and in a positive way. And that's what's encouraging about it. They're helping hold that standard of just the little things. Hey, we're going to take the field. Let's make sure we're behind the line. Hey, we're going to communicate. Make sure we all communicate. Hey, third down, learn hard counts. Make sure we're all learning hard counts. And just saw that in practice today. And just really proud of those guys. We got to continue to do that and continue to do it with urgency, intent, and may take that into game day on Saturday.
Anything else?
Just last thing I close with, and I know my mom watches this, so just kind of when you guys, really apologize first of all to Pirate Nation about Saturday night. Obviously, we all program. We got to do better there, but just kind of keep my family and thoughts in your prayers back home. They're going through some things. Just appreciate it if you do that for me. Thank you.